Hello everyone. I've been receiving a lot of queries asking me what exactly is my book about. I thought instead of trying to give individual answers, let me try and put it up in a video, and maybe that'll help a lot of more people because you guys can share it and discuss it and do whatever you like with it. Okay, so infinity is about trying to understand the journey of a human being on this planet, on Earth, not from the perspective of the mind, but rather from the perspective of the soul that we are. Now, honestly, when people reach me, so a little bit of background. I am a healer. I have been practicing past life regression and serenity surrender for about 8 to 9 years now. And of course, I've gone through a lot of personal journey, but most of my understanding of life, relationships, karma, situations, all of this comes from the cases that I handle, from the understanding that I get from people when they come to me. And really speaking, most people when they come to me, they've already tried their mind, they've tried to find solutions effortfully, they've been there, done that, and it has failed them. So either they couldn't get the right answers, or maybe many times the answers that they actually got, they were not happy with them, or they have. So primarily I'll put things into two categories mostly that people reach me with. One, either they have an undesirable situation or relationship that they'd like to overcome, or they have something that they desire and they're not able to get that. So either you have something that is undesirable but is still there in your life, bothering you, and you want to get rid of it, or there is something that you really desire but you can't reach it in spite of your best effort, in spite of your best intentions, in spite of everything. Now, ideally in these two situations, there is something else that is playing up, that is your subconscious mind. So infinity is an attempt to understand why do these things happen, in spite of our best intentions, in spite of trying to do everything that whatever is in our mind, and yet we see that we fail at relationships, in situations. Sometimes our body fails us, sometimes we don't come across the right opportunities, sometimes if the opportunity even comes, we are not able to make full use of it, and so many different conflicts. So everybody in the world is going through something. So infinity is like a message that I want to give to the world, and probably the universe has given to me to pass it on, where I want to make people aware of the fact that it's not the mind alone. Your life is not governed by your mind alone. Your life is governed by your karmic inputs coming into your current life from your past lives, your relationships, your situations. A lot of things do not really only get created here and now. So they get created from a lot of past that needs to be dealt with, and there is a certain understanding of how this thing works that if a person has, then their perspective, their way of looking at their life, it starts to change. If you look at your life from, it's as simple as if you're working in a company, then your perspective as a manager of a team will be very different from the perspective of the CEO of your company, right? So the manager primarily will be always focused on the result of his team as per his domain, or if he's an HR manager, then the performance of the HR team. If he is an operations manager, then the performance of the operations team. But the CEO will be worried about the overall impact of all of these managers and their collective output on the turnover of the company. Now, sometimes from the perspective of the manager, whatever could be very right in terms of for his team, from the perspective of the CEO, that step may or may not be really heading them towards the growth of the company. So in that case, in the holistic picture or the bigger picture, when you can see your life from the perspective of the CEO of your life, then a lot of things that you might be wanting right now, or you may not be wanting to face right now, might actually be what you need to, the direction in which you need to go to be able to resolve your current conflicts. So the idea of infinity is to change your perspective, is to change your perspective to that of the soul who has created itself as you, rather than the mind who thinks it's only you and it's very limited in its sense of identity. Because if you look at life from a very limited perspective about I am this, and this is my color, and this is my religion, and this is my background, and this is my family, and this is my skin, then the choices that you will make will be very, very focused, or they will arise out of these limited perceptions of self. But from the soul's perspective, you are infinite love, and when you create choices from that perspective, the choices are full of love. They are inclusive of the rest of the universe. They are not biased towards any one person's benefit, and they are more aligned with the universe. And when that happens, then life becomes very effortless, because everything starts flowing, because now you've indicated to the universe that yes, I want to flow in your direction, and the universe starts helping you, supporting you in going with the flow. So it is my sincere request, please read Infinity, and if you feel you have family and friends or anyone whom you think that they are going through a difficult time, or it's not even necessary that you're going through a difficult time, if you're in a state of consciousness where you do understand that the perception of the mind is limited, and you'd like to expand your way of thinking, you would like to expand your way of understanding life, then please gift it to them and allow them to also take this opportunity to understand themselves through it. And at the back of the book, my email address is given, so anybody out of you would like to write to me and share their experience, or if anything they'd like to get clarification on, they'd like to discuss, then please write to me, and I'd be happy to respond back to them over email. And I might also end up doing some regular videos, which I've been thinking of for a while, only if I do see that there is benefit coming out of them and people would like to understand more about specific topics, then probably I'll do some more videos. Thank you so much.